killing one another each and every day. Politician, why and what? Many people die, many people cry because of political violence. What a terrible life. Each and every day.
The fire every day and every night. Killing one another. Killing each other. Each other. We're talking about that. Man, don't you see the card is my play? Watch out, they come out this way. Get the money, give me the mustache. Behind this man, another agenda. Politics, no politics. Some love politics. Talking about who you are. Talking about. Political violence in the city.
What a life.
Political violence in the city.
What a terrible life.
Violence in the city.
Each and every day.
Political violence in the city.
What a terrible life. Fellow Kenyans, I want to urge you to operate under patriotism beyond ethnicity to avoid political violence in the city.
So, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in the studio today. I'm welcome so much. I'm so thrilled to be here, being part of the society that is charting the way forward for our country, for our county, even for our society at large. So, me here is the host. Going to introduce the session.
Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Yeah, it's another wonderful morning, and we're delighted to have a special guest, one of the good men out there. And today we have him right here. I'll just give him time to briefly tell us more about his name and more about himself before we start it.
Okay, thank you. My name's Naftali Omondi Oko. I'm a guy born in a village in Migori County, Naweto sub-county, a place called Kodeni. I schooled in Kodeni Primary School. That is my locality. That's where I was brought up. And I'm proud to be who I am today.
Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, you have said something that you are proud to be who you are today. What are some of the facts behind your inspiration?
I think first, before we go there, you need to know the journey that this Naftali has walked through. What has made the Naftali you are seeing today in screens. I'm a product of a school, as I said earlier, I'm a product of Kodeni Primary School. That is a school in Naweto sub-county. After Kodeni Primary School, I moved to Kokuro Boys High School. Again, I passed so well. That is in the year 2018. I started my KCSE. Then I joined Pwani University to pursue my bachelor degree in the year 2019. So from the year 2019 to date, as you know, education sometimes may take a bit long, depending on where do you come from, phase, time here. And you see, I've taken that long, about 6 years. And I'm so glad I'm graduating this year, October, this coming 13th graduation. So the journey that I have been through has made a lot of who I am. Because I'm a product of resilience, a product of what we call community aid. If it were not for the community, then you would not be seeing the Naftali on screens. I could be somewhere in Awendo, splashing sugarcane and maybe doing some sort of dirty works there. But because of resilience and the community love, I'm here. And that is why I will be ever in the front line. Fight for the rights, for the freedoms, and maybe for the expression, for the freedom of expression for everyone in this country. Because I feel that if I was not given that opportunity, I would not be here. So that is what has made me where I am. And it is also very important to actually take to note how my community participation in back home, in my school, where I live, has given out something. Say, if you are brought up in the community, you need also to give back to the community. So part of my journey today is giving back to the community.
Okay, thank you very well. When I was listening keenly, I heard you talk about something about fighting and perseverance that kept you going and going and going.
Yeah.
Then it also talked about giving back to the community. Now, you as Naftali, you are within Kilifi right now, and you want to give back to the community. What are some of the ways that you have come with, or your strategies, so that you can help in giving back to the community here in Kilifi?
Thank you. Thank you for actually accepting that a community is anywhere that you are. It should not be that you have to give back to your family, it's when you give back to your community. Anybody who is around you is your community. So in Kilifi, when I came to Kilifi in the year 2018, it was a period where the political tension in Kilifi was quite high because the sitting governor then was in his last term. And there was kind of vacuum in Kilifi. Let's say Kilifi leadership. Because I think when I came in, when I got introduced to the Kilifi systems, when I saw what was happening in Kilifi, my heart was broken. My tears were running. Because you could watch people languishing in fear, hunger. People are not represented by their leaders. The same leaders who are giving them headache instead of solving their problems. So we came up with some initiatives. You may never know, but I've participated in community projects that helped so many people in this community. Being that I had, there's one blessing that God gave me. That I am a guy who never sees a locked door. If I get a door is locked, I will automatically figure out how to open it. So the doors were locked for Kilifians, most of them. More Kilifi students were here. Most of them were not accessing the bursaries. Most of them were not accessing the government services. The parents were languishing in fear and hunger. Students not going to school because of lack of fees. But see kwamba fear haikuwa. The fee was there. The bursaries allocations were there. But there was nobody to knock for them the doors and opportunities for them to get bursaries. So that's where I came in. Nikaanza kuzunguka katika hizi milango za county. The offices of MCAs, offices of the MP, the then governor was so tough. But I think out of my knocking, I really helped some people. There are people to date whom if I meet them in the road today, they must say a word of thank you. They must say something that is actually motivating you of doing more and more of helping the community. So hapo kwa kuongea kwa to give back kwa community, it is quite evident that what Naftali has done in Kilifi, mimi si kwamba najisifu. Whatever I've done in Kilifi is much better than what I may do home, and is much better than what I can not do anywhere else. Kilifi, I count it as home. I count it as somewhere which has bred me. Kilifi has bred me. Kilifi has brought me up. I am a product of Kilifi because actually, when I came to Kilifi, I didn't have something to call status. If I'm talking about status, then I'm trying to mean something like a name. But out of my hard work, out of my pushing, out of what I was doing in Kilifi in the streets, fighting for the rights of the people, organizing demos for those who are being oppressed, and doing sorts of mobilization for funds for students to go to school through initiatives. This is what has made me think about doing more and more of giving back to society, specifically for Kilifi. Because Kilifi, I think, is now a better home than home.
Okay, maybe one last question on that. You said that you are fighting for the community of the Kilifians people. And were you fighting out of goodwill, or you are fighting as politically motivated? Then on the other end of that question, were you fighting because you also there is someone who fought for you before, or you wanted just to do it out of integrity?
You see, there is one thing that maybe has not come out clear. I first started by saying that I am a product of help by people. Mimi kama si kusaidiwa na watu, tukwambie, I come from a very humble background. Okay? My dad is a nobody, he's not salaried. My mom is not salaried. And if it were not people who helped me, then I could not be here. So I also feel I have something to give back to the society, as a manner of returning a hand to the people. So if you see me struggling in these streets to make ends meet for some people, to help other people, like just I was being helped sometimes back, it is my obligation, it is my duty to give back to the society. Just like I was helped by people who didn't know me, it doesn't mean that I must know you, then it must be my brother and I help you. Yeah. So I'm just helping as a way of returning a hand.
Thank you. In the course of you fighting for the people, we saw a video of you being blocked from accessing audio station. Can you brief us what happened there and why did it happen?
Oh, this one so fast. Actually, before that, then I think you need to know this.
Yeah.
When I got in Kilifi politics, I'm somebody who is quite aligned to ODM by blood. Okay, so by the virtue that I am an ODM by blood, it was so easy to synchronize the Kilifi politics because it is somewhere where they love the party, see, and this party is our ideology. It is all that we need. It's all that we have. It's all that we have to build. So I took an initiative as part of whatever we should do in Kilifi is also to build this party. So it came some time before we went for the 2022 elections. I didn't have a position in the party, but I was quite influential in the party that I could help. So last Kumana 2022, we had candidates in the party. The current governor was a candidate for the party in the 2022 election. We had a MP candidate here in Kilifi North. We had a MCA candidate in Kibarani. We have an MCA candidate in Barani. These were all my friends, you see. So in any capacity that I could help them, I did offer myself to help. Personally, I'm a voter. In the 2022 elections, I voted in Kibarani, in Kilifi North, specifically in that polling station in One University. Yes, you see it?
Yeah.
So after the elections of 2022, wajua election ni kama nikupika. Kwenda kutafuta kura nyanjani ni kama kutafuta mboga, kwenda kuchuma mboga, kwenda kisiagi, kutumwa wewe enda siaga, wewe enda chuma mboga, wewe enda leta maji, wewe tafuta kuni. Alafu watu waanze kufanya nini? Watu waanze kupika. Katika ile harakati ya kupika, ile tegemeo ya kila mtu ni kwamba chakula kitaiva na wote watafanya, wote watakula. Wewe kama mmoja ambaye alitumwa kuni kule msituni, umeenda ukapigana na wanyama kutafuta kuni ukaleta. Wewe pia ulitumwa maji, mwingine pia akatumwa kufanya kusiaga. Ile wakati yule mpishi anapika pale, mnapika sote, it means that you are waiting for some. Mimi zamu yangu kama mtu ambaye alitumwa msituni kutafuta kuni, kungojea chakula haikuiva. Labda kama iliva alafu akaniambia wewe sasa, kwa sababu ulitafuta kuni, hapa ndani bado kuna moshi. Kakaa na nje kidogo kangoje moshi ikaisha utakuja kula. So I've been waiting for the smoke to end from the year 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025 today. Bado nangoja nini? Nangoja moshi iishe kwa nyumba. Ndio mimi niingie kufanya nini? Kula. I don't see that one as a problem. Because actually here is not home. And nobody is entitled for anything. See? Kama si zari yako, si yako. But mimi, after all that, I saw it wise. Kasema, if it is not today, then it can be someday else. See? Kama hujafanikiwa leo, inaweza kuwa siku nyingine tofauti. I cooled my feet. Actually, acha nikwambie what was surprising. The main reason why I'm graduating late is because in the year 2022, when we were going for campaigns, a particular candidate for whom I was supporting beseeched me to defer my studies so that I can help him, so that ikifika 2023, 2024 academic year, atanisukumia karo ndiye nimalize shule ili sasa mambo ikuwe sawa. Si 2022 tukaenda election. The year 2023-2024 academic year ikianza, nikamfuata. This guy akanambia, mambo haijasettle, weka kaa hapa unisaidie na mambo na kazi kidogo. Ikifika hapo mbele tutaangalia tufanye. I was quite patient. Nikasaidia kazi bila malipo, bila chochote. And you see, this time I'm doing all this, I've deferred my studies somewhere. There's a parent who is depending on me. Mwenye anani pressurize, wewe mbona ugraduate, wewe mbona, namwambia daddy tulia, mambo yataivana. Lakini mambo hayaivani. Anambia wewe kama hiyo jiko ndo lazima upikie, itabidi umehama hapo utafute gesi kwingine. So mimi pia kama mwanaume nina akili zangu. Ikifika the academic year 2023-2024 ilipita. Nilipia karo. 2024-2025 nikamfuata tena. Jamaa akanipeleka hivi. So ikabidi nimetafuta na marafiki zangu wengine, specifically nashukuru sana. The friends who came in for me, wakanichangia, nikalipa karo for the remaining, it was an academic year, the year 4. Nikalipa karo ya year 4 yote, nikarudi shule. So mahali shida ilianza kutokea is because ukiona nafukuzwa pale ODM kwa sababu ile mimi kutoka kwenda shule bila ya kibali fulani ya mtu ambaye alifikiri bila yeye siwezi kusaidia. Ile mimi kutoka kwenda shule ni kama ambaye ilileta shida. So when I went out, nikarudi shule, nikafanya mtihani ya semester moja, na tena nikaenda na nikafanya na my attachment. Nilipomaliza attachment, then I was good to go. Inangu ikatoka kwa graduation list. So I was back. So when I was back, in the process, in the meantime, there were things that were going on, the ODM grassroots election. So cha kwanza ilianza na polling station. Bayo nilienda sasa kuvai. Mimi kwa ODM, mimi ni member Sokoni Ward. For the IBC voting, mimi niko Kibarani. So when I came back, nikaenda Sokoni Ward polling station ya Kiboni Primary, because of the friendships, wakanipea secretary ya chama ya youth league pale Kiboni Primary. At the polling unit, ikaja ya ward, mimi tena nikachaguliwa kama secretary ya youth league katika Sokoni Ward. Ikaja ya branch. The branch is now the sub county, the constituency. In the Kilifi North tena nikachaguliwa kama secretary wa youth league ya chama cha ODM. Yeah. So juzi on Monday, hiyo ambayo sasa unaona mimi nafukuzwa, it was a county elections day ya chama. So for you to qualify to go for that election, ama kuvai ama kupiga kura, niwe ulikuwa umechaguliwa katika sub county. Uko na nafasi katika sub county either kama chair ama nini inaitwa the executive itself. So kwa executive mimi ni secretary pale Kilifi North. Mimi ni verified member, nikaenda. So walisema unaenda na kitambulisho wanakuverify, kama wewe ni member unafanya naingia ndani. So when I went there, they asked me for my ID. There were police officers there were the election officials, na kulikuwa pia na security wengine. So when I went there, wakaniambia kitambulisho kwa wapi. So then I had to toa kitambulisho nikawaonyesha. So after verifying that I was there and again seeing that I was in the list, then I had some voice. I'm particularly quoting, we Naftali uingie hapa, tuko na habari yako tumeambiwa na fulani ya kwamba wewe ufanye uingie hapa. I think you saw the press. So then I was boiled. There was press around, so I turned around nikamwambia press, no, record. I want to talk. Mbona nazuiliwa mimi kuingia hapa? So that is how it was going. Na nafikiri ile changamoto na ile uvugu nileta pale kwa gate ilifikia governor kiwanda. So the governor in his wisdom ni kama alituma watu akawaambia no, achana na yeye agi. So when I got in, I went straight to the governor nikamsalimia. Kapa, lakini bado ile mandhari ya pale bado nikaona haikuwa inanipendeza. So nikaona hata kuna haja tena, nikaondoka kaenda zangu. But you see, I can call it a war on insecurities. Somebody deserving don't call them irrelevant, but they are just necessary insecurities. Because if I could help you in 2022 without any form of agreement, haukunipa pesa, hakukuwa na agreement, nikakusupport hivyo tena ilikuwa ni anja. Je, sasa hii ndio uko na pesa, mimi ndio nikutoroke kwa akili yangu iko? Now he is in the government. He is the governor for the Kilifi County. He has all the resources. Mimi nikirudi kitaka kusaidiana, why the fear? But I don't think if the governor has problem. Na hii acha sana niweke wazi. If anyone feels that I have a problem with them or they have a problem with me, I think this is the most critical now. That I can clearly tell you, I particularly have zero grudges with anyone. Sina grudge na mtu yote. If governor feels I have a grudge for him, I am not. I'm a very seasoned political player. I know how to play politics. If it's a matter of knowing when to hit and how to hit and where to hit, that is all I have studied. That is all I know. So after hitting, you need not to carry the grudge. In politics, you hit and you walk like you never hit it. And that is what mature politics is. That is what we call sustainable politics. So I'm just calling for order. If you feel I passed your lane, I'm so sorry. This one should go out so clearly. If you feel you have an issue with Naftali, I am so sorry, deep down my heart. And again, isitoshe. Na kama pia mimi kuna mahali nilifikiria wewe umenikosea kama kiongozi ama kama mtu yote, mimi nilikusamehe because mimi I don't carry grudges at all. So moving forward, because we are moving into an electioneering period where a lot of things happen, political intolerance is not what we are fighting for. Sisi kama vijana tunataka kucheza siasa safi, siasa ambayo haina fujo, siasa ambayo hakuna kuumizana. Na kama kuna kuumizana, watu waambizane kwa akili. It is a challenge game. It is not a physical game. So whoever feels I said something, it's something that offended them, that they took so personal, I'm so sorry. Deep down my heart.
Okay. Maybe one last question before I pass the mic to my co-host who have been listening carefully. There's a book called The 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah.
If you ever came across law number 1,
Yes.
It's called that never outshines your master. Maybe you are going through towards outshining your master. Ama you got to something fishy within the party there. What can you say about that?
That is quite tricky because I'm not outshining anyone. Now let me put this one straight on record. I, Naftali, there's no point that you see me I'm vying for any position in Kilifi. Is it? I don't need a elected position in Kilifi County. This is not my home. Okay? Na kama nitataka, pia ni haki yangu kwa sababu mimi ni Mkenya. Lakini kwa sahihi, mimi sioni haja ya mtu kuwa na insecurities na mimi kwamba still I'm not shining. I'm not outshining because I don't need any elected political space. 2, in playing politics, everybody has a formula. Okay? So if your formulas are old, then you must be able to identify with the new formulas of others. Na waulize, wewe hii formula yako kama unafanya nao kazi, mimi kuna mali inaniparuza mali hapa. So it is a mutual agreement. Na kwamba huyu, the old political cards na the new energy, they come into a synergy. Na waelewane na waambiane kwamba this is how to move. You have the experience, okay? We have the energy. It is the synergy that can work. So we bring along the energy and the new experience as you bring us along with the old experience. If you match these things, we can work wonders. But you see, if you start quoting the 48 laws of power, then I'm also again attracted to another interesting, that is law number 15. Particularly it says something so funny about enemy. In layman's language, anasema, after realizing who your enemy is, akikuhit, when you come back, you crash beyond recovery. But mimi sijaitaka ku crash because I'm a good political player and I know how to crash. But tusinyeshane mbavu. Na pia heshima is a two-way traffic. Sababu, if you want me to respect you, I also expect that from me. I cannot respect you as you show me disrespect because of your position or your power. Power is so transient. Power ni kitu ya leo iko kesho. It is only positions that are permanent. Even those positions are not permanent sometimes. Today we have a governor. Tomorrow we might not have a governor. We might have a PC or something else because today they are seeing some conversation that is going on in the country. That Kenya is too small for 48 counties. Which is so true here. Because if you compare Kenya and the United States of America, which is a continent. United States of America has 47 states. So it just means we has 49 states actually. 48 states. It just means that since kama Kenya we are just behind the United States of America with a single state. A continent and a country iko na governors 47, continent iko na governors 48. Kuna hesabu ya ingiliani mahali. So somebody must tread very carefully.
Okay, thank you for that. Co-host, you have been listening carefully. You are having Brother Naftali here today on the podcast. Maybe there's a question that you may ask, or maybe there's something that you need to for him to clarify for you. It's your time.
Thank you, Simi, for collaborating. So the first thing I would like to say is I would first want to appreciate his efforts. I've listened to him talk, and he's been talking about whatever he's been doing in Kilifi County. It is also the same thing that I'm pushing back at my county. Yesterday I was here and I talked about something that I'm doing back at my ward. So personally, his moves are okay. I don't see any problem with whatever he's doing. And I don't feel like I have a question right now, but if I think, then I see there's something I would want to ask, then I'll have to ask. But otherwise, everything he said is okay with me.
Okay, thank you. Brother, maybe you want one last word, or you have one last message to the Kilifi people.
Actually, this is not my last message because tutakuwa tunazungumza. We've been talking, we shall talk, we shall continue talking. Because at the end of the day, what matters here is hii mbio yote nani anafaidi na anafaidi vipi. Okay? It means the conversation here we must involve the key players. And mimi, I want to call upon the youth, vijana. You see, we have been having some rough times, to be very specific, with the political arena of our country. Even in the county, in our wards, these politicians take us for a ride. Okay? So that when they need our votes, when they need our mobilization power, when they need us to do them certain things that they cannot do for themselves, that their sons and daughters cannot do for them, they need us. Lakini baada ya wao kupata ile wakati chakula kiko kwa meza, then the problem starts there. They start calling you names. They start asking you, wewe unatoka Kisumu, wewe wapi, wewe ni Omondi, wewe ni Owino, wewe ni Charwo. Why don't you ask us these questions wakati unawasaidia kwa siasa, utafuta kura? Mbona uniulizi kama mimi ni Omondi wa Kisumu wakati unanihitaji mimi kwenda Magarini kumobilize wajolo wenzangu kupigia kura? That is the question that you should be asking here. Na mimi nafikiri kama vijana, this is the time to wake. And before we move into any political agreement with any leader, with any politician, with any candidate, let us just have something formal on the table. If it is an MOU, if it is a memorandum of understanding, tukue nayo hapo, tuelewane, tuhakikishane kabisa, mheshimiwa wataka mimi sisi kama vijana tukikusaidia, ni nini uko nayo kwa sisi kama vijana on the table. Akisema nini nyinyi hapa nitachukua moja nipe chief officer, nitachukua hapa moja nipe kazi sijui wapi. Mwambie no, hii ya mdomo imetosha. Karatasi hii, wakili ni huyu, let us do something formal on the right. Ili kwamba ile siku kipita, we have a means and a way to challenge you kama hujafanya kitu ambacho tukikubalia. So as youth, mimi si kwamba nawaambia kwamba mpigie fulani kura, msipigie fulani. Lakini kabla tukubaliane kupigia mtu fulani kura ama kumsaidia, let us have something very formal on the table.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe one last thing in within 2 minutes, yes. As you have talked about youths. Yeah. So maybe a question. What way in ODM Youth League?
The ODM Youth League. Actually, the ODM, the most vibrant league that always carry the party is the Youth League. Kwa sababu unajua wanasemaga vijana ni viongozi wa kesho. Sawa? Lakini kabla hujakuwa kiongozi wa kesho lazima uwe kiongozi wa leo. So you have to practice how to be a leader today for you to be an efficient leader tomorrow. So in the Youth League, that is what carries the party. So if you find someone who is so weakling leading a youth league in the party, then it means we are going to have a weak party in the future. You get it? In Kilifi ODM Youth League, this is where the problem came. You see, as youths, we understand each other. Tumejuana. If today I tell you, I know you can shoot a ball with your right leg, you cannot do it with your left leg. Is it a lie? Is it true?
Yeah.
Then it means, kama vile unanijua, mimi pia kuna vile nakujua. Sasa tukiamua sasa kuambiana kwamba Naftali, you can do better with your left leg, and you can do better with your right leg. Then if we go into a field to play football, then it means a ball that is passing on the left is yours, that is passing on the right is mine. Then we can play so efficient. But sasa hii kwa sababu ya uchoyo fulani, kuna wengine bado wako na hiyo fikra ya kuelewa kwamba if we do teamwork and do things in a team, we could do better. Then it means that ile wakati sasa alianza huo choyo akataka sasa yeye mpaka pateo. And now you see, if you get it all, then you leave other key players outside. And it means even you are going to make a mistake somewhere, nobody is going to tell you are making a mistake. If today you ran away with my wife, then I know so well that my wife is HIV positive. I'll not tell you.
Yeah.
I'll wait for you to hit it raw. After hitting it raw, then I'll be like, so today the kilos are going down. This guy is going to die. I'll be laughing.
Yeah.
Okay? But sasa kama tungeelewana, ningekwambia, hey bro, hapo piga na CD. Hapo mimi ndo najua kenye iko hapo. Alafu you see how to coexist. Kwa sababu siasa ni teamwork. Na bila teamwork, you might find sasa hata vile sasa Kilifi inakaa. This is now what worries me. Kilifi is a very small county. Politically, you're not that mature. Okay? So, an immature political playground like Kilifi County, having more than 3 very influential political parties, name them, that one for the Senate Speaker, UDA, ODM. We have 3 political parties that are so influential. Every political party is fighting for its space. Okay? PA ni chama cha nyumbani. So wao inasemekana mcheza kwao tunzo. So wao, if they up their game and they play smart, they might have shined it. But again, now today, what we have in ODM is a crisis. Okay? So this crisis today is what is bringing us a lot of issues. And the crisis that we have in ODM, sorry for that interruption. The crisis that we have in ODM is so high because we are a party that is struggling for dominance. And we have existing political parties that some are even homegrown. So these political parties, when they start biting back, they might bite back hard. Wewe kama kiongozi wa chama cha ODM, umeanza kuskata. Umekata tu umeweka kando. The speaker for the county assembly alikuwa chairman wa chama, amekatwa amewekwa kando. There is a very influential MCA, amekatwa amewekwa kando. Like 4 of them. How do you want to run a party with this selfishness? Will you run this party effectively? To make the matters worse, we have a test in Magarini by election where ODM is fielding a candidate, UDA is fielding a candidate, PA is fielding a candidate. Our party here, Roots Party, is also fielding a candidate. So ours is just to wish you success. Whoever wins is ours. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. They say that time is money, and maybe one day you shall come back to talk about the political parties. So I'll just give my co-host the mic to end up the today discussion, and just wish you a blessed day.
It's okay. So I've been listening carefully, and from what I've heard, youths are awake. Yesterday I said that in this nation right now, we have youth-led movements, and the movements are alive. It is because we are now getting to a point where politics needs to have digital fluency. We are training, we are getting into the mode that we want to do politics in a manner that favors us, that we know the ground right now. This is whatever people want. I said that the majority of the population right now are youths, even if I'm not sure, but I know that youths are majority. So in as much as we are the majority, we know that this is what whatever language you can speak, we know that this is what we want. So we cannot go back to whatever we used to do back then. That is why you see youths are awake. I've been reading somewhere, and there was a movement in South Africa that was a fees must fall, and it was a youth-led movement, and it came to awaken. It came to deepen accountability in South Africa. We had the finance and the reject finance bill the other year. It was a movement that was came to awaken the consciousness of Kenya. So there is an impact if the youths rise together. I said yesterday that there was Wamalo Kijana, and Wamalo Kijana said when youths of a nation rise in power, in unity, then the whole nation is awake. So I said that as youths right now, it is our time, and we have to realize, you have to realize yourself that we can do this, and this one is possible, and all will be well.